What's up, everybody on the YouTube? Your boy, the Memphis XLR8, coming at you with Lucky Draws, the show we take a look at whatever deck we feel like and have ourselves good old fun times. Today, my folks, we are celebrating Halloween early. We're playing Skull Servants. They got a new monster. Who would have guessed they'd finally get the protection monster plus a searcher that they really needed? So we got ourselves some Skull Servant action. We're going to be summoning out some skulls, dumping into the graveyard. Doing just a whole lot of dumping and getting the king to 10,000 plus attack when we get everything set up just right. And so let's go ahead into good old EDO Pro. I'm going to show this deck off, show you some combos, have ourselves a good fun time, and just enjoy ourselves. So enough talking, let's get right into it. Alright, Yara Hurst opponents. You want to go second with this deck. We're very much a go second sort of deck. Opening hand is alright. I can see potential with this hand. Very nice to see 1-for-1. We're up against Superheavy Slam Your Eyes. I'm gonna impermanence that because I don't trust him. He might just go for Scarecrow, but at the very least, I don't want the wagon going off. I don't want that wagon to have a wheel. Peacemaker. Okay, so he's still gonna get to do stuff. So we're up against Superheavy Samurais. They are a monster-only archetype. Interesting indeed. It's gonna go for Scales. Scales gonna bring back the Wagon Boy. Alright. So that's his life. He's gonna bring back the Wagon Boy. Let's see. Change this to attack mode. Add a Samurai Soul Monster. Okay. So yeah, the whole idea of our deck is to just go for big damage. And the way we do damage is we're trying to go for the King of Skull Servants. He gets 1,000 attack for every Skull Servant in the grave. And our Skull Servants, the whites, they all count as Skull Servant in the grave. So the idea is we're just trying to, mill ourselves as much as possible. And this White Princess I'll explain in a minute. And then you're just trying to mill, get as many skulls in the graveyard. Summon the king, he'll have 7, 8, 9, up 10 plus thousand attack points. Just make him huge. So let's see here. Ditch a flute. He's got the Scarecrow. Interesting indeed. Soul Piercer is back. Alright. So he's gonna go for... Let's see, is it Susano? I believe it's Susano. Yep. Oh no, he's gonna steal my impermanence, which is a little annoying, but I have ways to get around that. I have ways to get around him getting my impermanence. So it's all good. It's all good in the hood. He's got Susano. He's a big, beefy boy. And he's got Battle Ball. But most of my monsters are low level, so Battle Ball doesn't affect us as much. Unless he's got, like, kaiju action, which, Super Heavy Samurais have sometimes. On occasion. Alrighty, what do we got for our hand? Alright. Let's go ahead and start with Shaw to the Light Brigade. Mill 3 cards, add a Light Sworn. We play this mostly just to mill and to get Raiden, who also is here to mill. And hey, we mill the White Prince. This is perfect. We want to loop him as much as possible. He's our main boy, the White Prince. Because he sends a Skull Servant and the Lady in White from deck to grave. So now what we're going to do is activate 1-for-1. We're going to go ahead and ditch Skull Servant, because we want him in the graveyard. And my opponent's got something. Not sure what sort of something. Do you have... I don't recall Super Heavy's having a negate from the hand, or I might be mistaken there. I might be mistaken. I don't think they do. I know they got like the Soul Cannon thing. That was a thing, but I don't think he can play that right now. Or if he can, he wouldn't want to play it. I think he's just reading 1-for-1. Maybe he has something. I doubt it, but he might. I'm just trying to get into my new monster, the Wight Baking. That's what I want to get into. I want this guy. Look at this guy. He's baking potatoes. He's going to be baking this dude in a second. So what we're going to do is... if only this was over 1, I could bait out that impermanence. Sadness. This is why we play Relinquished Anima, by the way. Just because we use level 1. So we're going to get rid of Baking. Go for Link Karibo. When Baking hits the graveyard, I can search 2 cards that list the Skull Servant. So what we want to search White Mare, and we want to search White Prince. Wightprince is not a once per turn. We have to now discard a card thanks to Baking. Get rid of Prince. Prince goes off again. Yes, sir. So now we're going to get rid of the Skull Servant and the Lady in White. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is summon out Raiden. See if we can bait out that Impermanence. That would be nice. If we can bait out the Impermanence, I don't think he's going to let us do that. Okay, he's not that dumb. I was thinking, is he that dumb? No, he's not quite that dumb. Okay. So now Wightprince, I can banish him and 2 other Skull Servants to summon the king from my deck. And I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be like, hello. He's 7,000. He's quite big. So now what we're going to do, use White Mare. We can discard him. He has 2 different effects, White Mare. You can return a Skull Servant to the grave, or you can summon the Lady in White from the graveyard. And that's what we're going to do. Be like, huzzah. So now I'm an 8,000 King of the Skull Servants. And let's see. Taking a battle damage from battles involving this card. Unfortunate indeed. Unfortunate because I was kind of hoping to do the damage. So now, let's see here. Yeah, let's go for a second king. Yeah, White Mare's a weird dude. He really is. I don't know what it is. He's like, he affects only the Skull Servant and the Lady in White. It's like he's trying to tell me something. It's like he's trying to tell me something important. So let's go ahead and banish these 2. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to have 5,000 King of Skulls. So it's big enough. Susano. Okay, you're going to steal one of my spell traps. I don't care. All I got left is another Impermanence, and that's not going to help you, lad. You see, the thing about the Lady in White is she protects your level 3 or lower zombies from card effects of the spell trap variety. So Impermanence is not actually going to do him any good. So let's go ahead into the battle phase. We'll go ahead and get rid of the Scarecrow. I've got White Princess. I haven't even mentioned White Princess. She is amazing as well. You know, when she's summoned, you can send White Prince to the grave. And she can also be discarded to weaken all monsters on the board. All monsters whose attack and defense equal to their level ranks until, or that times 300 till the end phase. So it's really nice because our monsters are low level, so it doesn't affect us. It affects my opponent, though. And unfortunately, not going to have quite game, but it's fine. We got pretty damn close to game. Let's go ahead and do all of the damage we could ever want to do. And let me think about this here. I could go for Trishula. That is possible, but he does have Impermanence. So I don't really want to go for Trish right now. I could do it. I do have that option. That's why we run Trish, is because I have the option to do so. Sadly, milled White. Because this guy, of course, he's a once per turn. He is a new piece of support. I think Chronomally realized that giving Skull Servants so many non-once per turns was a bad idea. Okay, so he's going to go for Battle Ball. Figured as much. It's fine. You know what? It's fine. He can synchro with this all he wants. He can choose a Kiru as often as he wants. It ain't going to do him much good. Because I got the Lady in White. So long as I got her, I'm perfectly fine. Perfectly fine and dandy. So go right ahead, Mr. Battle Balls. Sink away. Sink away, because my monsters can't be destroyed in battle, and your spell traps still don't work. And even if he does try to kill White, I've got the Princess. The Princess will protect. And I think he's starting to realize that. He's starting to realize he had a good start there. And he was stealing my Impermanences. Against most decks, my opponent stealing Impermanence would probably be a bad thing. But I've got protection. The Lady in White. People forget, you know, the Skull Servants had protection before they got the Wight Baking. You know, Baking, he also has the effect of protecting my monsters. Okay, he's attacking the Lady in White. And he's gonna surrender, sadly. I was just about to use White Princess. I was trying to explain things, my dude. Alright. So my opponent is surrendered. We just completely annihilated this dude. Didn't quite get the OTK, but it's fine. We got more duels coming. We're gonna try our hardest to get that OTK, get some Synchros, some Ixie, well, not Ixies, but some Link action and stuff. So let's go right into it. Duel number 2. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's see if we can go second again. We want to go second all the time. Not this time. Going first. I mean, it's not like a bad thing, but it's like I didn't want that sort of thing. So let's see here. Let's start with White Princess. Show her off. Just be like, normal summon her, ditch a prince. Prince, dump some more Skull Servants. That's what he does. That's what we want him to do. We're going to dump another Lady in White. There you go. Let's go hit our opponent with card destruction. Be like, goodbye, hand, my old friend. Alright, so this is some sort of kaiju something. I'll have to look at that in a second. White Mare, yes. Kid, yes. Get rid of the kid. Oh, yeah. Just put him in daycare. The graveyard, that's basically a gravekeeper. That's not gravekeeper. It's Skull Servant Daycare. I'm getting my words mixed up. Alrighty. Let's see here. Let's look at that graveyard. This is Chronomalies? I like Chronomalies. Chronomalies are cool. They are cool dudes. Alright, let's go ahead and bring out a king. So, we're bringing out, doing that. Be like, hello, I am the king. I'm not Elvis Presley, but I'm pretty damn close. Be like, hello, this is my lady friend. Her name is Betty. Like, I've always been curious, what is the story behind the Skull Servants? Like, what is their... Like, I get the king, he's standing on a pile of his brethren that he's murdered. But, like, the other ones are, like, faded aristocracy or something, like, with this Victorian sort of deal. What is the story? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I'm just going to go ahead and end my turn for now. I think we'll be alright. I mean, granted, he has a kaiju. He has a kaiju for sure, because he's got the kaiju slumber in the grave. Actually, probably would have been fine just letting him have that, because obviously, you know, unaffected. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. He's probably going to kaiju my king, which is just not very fun for anybody. Doguran, I say. I mean, I've played me some Chronomalies. Let me tell you, they're a fun bunch to play. Although, to be honest, normally when I play Chronomalies, I don't play, like, lots of kaijus. I usually mix them up with, like, Emancipated. You know, because they're both rocks. I find it works just fine. Okay, so we both got a big beat stick. Interesting. Gordian Knot, I see. I'm gonna be like, no. I'm just gonna be like, no with my poem. They'll be showing no Gordian Knots here, sir. Chronomally is one of those archetypes that really likes their normal summon. I mean, yeah, you can cheat out the Moai, but yeah. They're mostly about the normal summon, like Gordian Knot, Nebra Disc. Crystal Bones can special summon himself and do some stuff, but for the most part, it's normal summon base. I really wish Konami would give Chronomally something new. I mean, technically they did with, what does this do? Attack becomes 0, destroy, inflict damage equal to its original attack in the graveyard. Well, that's not going to do any good. My original attack is 0. Even if that did anything, it wouldn't do anything. Alright, so he's going to go after my king, which is fine. So, fun thing about the King of Skull Servants, if he's destroyed in battle, I can just banish a Skull Servant and bring him back. So, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just going to be like, what's up? I don't take any damage. Good effort, though. Mini Guts. Oh, Lord, I think I played that in my original version of Chronomally when I made them, like, years ago. Oh, my goodness. That's a blast in the past. My opponent... Oh, he surrendered. He doesn't know that question mark means 0. That's unfortunate indeed. Well, that's unfortunate indeed. I was going to go for the OTK next turn, too. Because, like, I clearly have it with another king and whatever that's on top of my deck, so... Unfortunate indeed. I mean, I have legit respect for this gentleman for just playing mini guts in 2020. But regardless, let's go ahead for duel number 3 and see if we can get some opponents that we can get that OTK off of and they don't surrender the minute their stuff doesn't work. Alrighty, the third opponent. It's an interesting opening hand. It's a hand with potential. I've got Foolish Burial and Wight Baking. So that alone is okay. I can get some stuff going. Maybe not the biggest somethings, but something. And we're up against Familiars? Okay, interesting. Presumably does not have the greatest opening hand, because if he did, he would have played... Yeah. Why didn't you play that first, my dude? You could have drawn a card. It's kind of the whole idea of Awakening of the Possessed, is you draw another card. Alright, so my opponent's playing Familiars might not be familiar with them. So let's go ahead, Foolish Burial. We're gonna dump ourselves a Skull Servant. We are gonna dump the same dude we always dump, because we always want to summon that dude. Or not summon him, but we want to mill him. We want to mill him all of the time. Alrighty, let's go ahead. We're gonna normal summon. Yes. Summon Wight Baking. And let's go for Relinquished Anima. Be like, hello. Go ahead and use Wight Baking's effect. Gonna go ahead and add the Prince and add White Mare. Like I said, always add these two. And ditch Prince, because the Prince will go off. Alrighty. See, my opponents, he could have had an extra card. I don't know why they didn't go for that extra card. It's very strange. Very strange indeed. And let me think about this. Yeah, Monster Reborn, bring back Prince. Just gonna put him right here. Might seem like a waste, but I can actually make that work. Go for Phoenix, activate Phoenix, ditch Lady in White, get rid of that. Unfortunately, now I can't use Prince to mill the other Skull Servant, but it's fine. Gonna get rid of these two. Be like, all hail the king. It's gonna be a 5,000 booty, which is alright. It's not quite OTK, but it's pretty darn close. Let's see. You could summon another king, but that would be redundant. So let's just go for battle. Let's go for battle and do some damage. So if I just had, like, one more card to send stuff to the graveyard, the potential for OTKs was there. But right now, we're just gonna end on these appointments and see what my opponent can do. See, like I said at the beginning, like, if you wanted to be, like, Turbo Mill Central, you could just outdeck your whole deck with lots of Light Swans. I decided not to do that mostly because I've been doing a lot of like Chaos decks recently, like Dark Lords and what was the other thing? I think I just did like Chaos in general, but yeah, those are all cool decks and all that, but I'm a little tired of them. What can I say? I just wanted to do something with a little less of that. And there shall be no burning of me, thank you. There shall be none of that. Also, my original attack is 0, because that's how King of the Skull 7 works. I'm sorry, my lad, that's how that works. Alrighty, so he's gonna get rid of Phoenix. Phoenix, my friend, you did your job. No one can say that you didn't do your job. Alrighty. Oh, hey, Popper Up is here. Right when I don't need it. Sadness. Nice card, Popper Up. Lets me draw a lot and get a lot of stuff out of the hand. But for now, there's another win. This time our opponent actually stayed around long enough to take his hits. Unless he's got something that I'm not aware of. Nope. Okay. So, there's a win against Charmers. Maybe not the greatest of Charmers, but it's fine. Let's go for duel number 4 and see what else we can get up to. Alrighty, the 4th opponent of the day. Let's see if we can get ourselves a really good opponent. So far, we've been playing up against people that just kind of... Not bad opponents, but not, like, big opponents. What on earth is this? Dynamic... Oh, it's Dinomist. Ooh. Ooh, that'll be fun. I don't remember them ever using the field spell, but, actually, the field spell actually does something decent for Dinomist. What can I say? Alrighty. Yeah, actually, I've been planning on doing Metal Foes at some point. I'm still working on my deck. I want to do something funky with, Metal Foes just a little bit. I'm just working on the combos. I'm not the best Metal Foe player, sadly. Sadly, I cannot say that I am the greatest of Metal Foe players, but I think I'm working pretty good on this here Skull Servant deck. Even though I didn't mill a single card that I would have liked to have milled. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and Foolish Burial. I'm going to go ahead and send Baking. I'll keep the one in my hand for protective purposes. Be like, hello, I have potatoes. You like potatoes? I like potatoes. And let me think about this. Let's get another White Mare. I just like to get White Mare as often as possible. What can I say? Just get rid of some more monsters. Be like, go away. Alrighty, there's a start. Let's go ahead and continue. Use Wightprince, banish a couple monsters. Just gonna get ourselves a big old king on the board. It's 2,800 because I lose 200 for everything of his that happens to be Dinomist. This is fine. It's gonna bring back the lady. Alright, so 3,800. That's not nearly big enough. Not nearly. Let me think about this here. Dang, I wish they would just put him in those dang zones. I could go for Anima. Anima would be helpful. Unfortunately, not gonna do that. So let's go for... Let's go for Savior, actually. Let's just go for Avendred Savior, because when he battles, I can mill more monsters. Not that I have many monsters left needing to be milled, but I have that option. Just go for Wightprince yet again, banishing another lady and a white mare. There we go. Go for second king. Go for white mare yet again. Actually, let's just go for flat big numbers. Put white mare back in the graveyard. 2 6,800s, 100 points away from the perfect number. Let's see. Ditch zombie, monster loses attack equal to the level times 200, so I need 2, 4, 6. I need a 3. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so what we're gonna do? Wait. Battle can activate cards effects at the end of the damage. Okay, this will work just fine anyway. So what I'm gonna do? Attack with the king. I can't do effects, but it's fine. Attack with Savior. And I'm just going to have an OTK right there. I was thinking I would have to ditch something, but there's an OTK. There's an OTK. I got 7,000 beat sticks, so that's 14,000 points total, if you think about it, mathematically. Alrighty, so there's an OTK. Granted, my opponent didn't get all the setup he would have liked, but at the very least, we can say today we made an OTK. Let's go for one more duel, though. Because I feel that was a little short. Let's go for a bonus 5th duel. Alrighty, 5th bonus duel. Let's see what we get going. Because we still got a lot in the extra deck we haven't used today, which is unfortunate. Also going first, which is not good either, especially with this hand. I mean, I got Raiden and all that good stuff, but don't like Charge being here. Not too much. Yeah, I'll probably do a separate video with more replays of this deck, because like I said, there's more stuff we can do with this deck, and I just want to show it off. I mean, we're doing alright today, but there's still more stuff we could have done. Okay, but we did get a baking, so that's a good thing. So we'll get ourselves nice and set up for next turn. And dump the prince. Granted, now my opponent's going to know what we're up to, which is not necessarily good. I don't want my opponent to know what I'm up to. Luckily, I've got this lightning storm, so as long as we don't get OTK'd ourselves, we should, in theory, be good. Should, in theory, be just fine. Let's see here. Let's see here. What exactly is he going to do? I'm just curious which card's going to come out first. Could be, I'm guessing this one. This one feels iffy to me. Could also be this one, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be this one. We'll see in just a moment as soon as he decides on what he's going to do. Set rotation. Did not play the card I thought. Alright, what do we got? Dinosaurs. He gave me Mystic Mine. I don't know how I feel about that. Is he trying to say he's going to OTK me no matter what I do? That's what it feels like. He's like, no matter what you do, I'm going to destroy. Okay, never mind. Never mind, little Billy. Never mind. Do you honestly think I'm going to play this card? You must be high or something. Alright, so what we're going to do, go for pop-up. Gonna go discard some cards. And draw some more cards. Take some damage. Doesn't matter. Go for foolish. I don't know what this guy was thinking, honestly. Dump baking so I can dump more things. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah, he was like, I'm going to give this guy Mystic Mine. I expect him to play it. No, why would I do that? That's a silly thing. Why on earth would I play this? Alright, so now I'm just going to dump the rest. And summon the king. 10,000, baby. All right, so there's a good 10,000 point king. Like I said, you get the graveyard set up enough, he's gonna get that big. He can get a wee bit bigger. A little difficult to get him a wee bit bigger, but he can get bigger. So there you go. We destroyed dinosaurs. If you could say that we destroyed dinosaurs, I guess we technically did. So we'll call that the bonus tool today, and say let's go into the end screen, and we'll talk a little bit more about Skull Servants. Alright, everybody, Skull Servants. We got 5 wins. Admittedly, we didn't go up against, like, the most meta decks in the universe, but it's fine. You know what? Wight Baking, he really helps out the deck. I didn't even need his protection, hardly, but he has it. The most important thing is he's just really good for setting up our graveyard, guarding the prince in the graveyard as often as possible. He's a good guy, and I appreciate it. I thank you, Chronomally. Now, we could get some Skull Servant spell traps to also help with the milling and the dumping would also be nice. I'm just saying. Well, we'll save that for next Halloween, maybe. Or maybe they'll just do it on Halloween. Who knows? Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Smash like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Next time, I think we're actually going to be looking at the Metal Foes, so I got to get that deck nice and ready. So thank you guys again for watching. Your boy Matt's signing out. I'll see y'all next time.